Did you know that the fear of public speaking, also known as glossophobia, affects approximately 75% of the population? Yet, mastering this skill can unlock doors to unimaginable opportunities, from career advancement to influencing social change. Today, we embark on a journey to transform your public speaking from a source of anxiety into your most potent asset. In this series, 10 tips to improve your public speaking: how to captivate an audience. We'll dive deep into strategies and secrets that have propelled the world's most effective speakers into the limelight. From Winston Churchill's meticulous preparation to the captivating storytelling of Oprah Winfrey, we'll unravel the techniques that can make your next speech unforgettable. But why focus on public speaking? Because in our interconnected world, the ability to communicate effectively is more crucial than ever. It's not just about delivering a message. It's about making sure it resonates, inspires, and leads to action. Whether you're addressing a small team or an auditorium of thousands, the principles of engaging public speaking remain the same. Join us as we break down these principles into actionable tips, starting with the power of preparation and moving through understanding your audience, the art of storytelling, mastering body language, and much more. By the end of this series, you'll not only have a toolkit to tackle public speaking confidently but also the skills to captivate any audience, big or small. So, whether you're a seasoned speaker looking to polish your skills or a newcomer aiming to overcome your fears, this series is your first step towards becoming a more persuasive, impactful, and confident communicator. Get ready to change the way you see public speaking forever. Let's dive in. Chapter 1: The Power of Preparation. When it comes to public speaking, preparation is your best friend. It's not just about knowing your topic. It's about understanding it so well that you can talk about it in your sleep. Start by breaking down your material into key points. This method helps in retaining information and makes it easier to recall during your presentation. Remember, a well-prepared speaker is a confident speaker. Dive deep into your subject matter. The more you know, the less likely you'll be thrown off by unexpected questions. But it's not all about cramming facts. Understand the flow of your presentation. Transition smoothly between points to keep your audience engaged. Here's a fun fact. Did you know that Winston Churchill, renowned for his powerful speeches, devoted an hour of preparation for every minute he spoke? That's the level of dedication that turns a good speech into a memorable one. Also, don't overlook the importance of anticipating audience questions. This foresight enables you to prepare well-rounded answers, demonstrating your thorough understanding of the topic. It shows the audience you're not just speaking at them but engaging with them on a deeper level. Lastly, practice, practice, practice. Whether it's in front of a mirror, your pet, or a group of friends, practicing your speech will help refine your delivery and timing. It also allows you to adjust your material based on feedback, ensuring your final presentation is polished and impactful. Chapter 2: Knowing your audience. Understanding who you're speaking to can significantly influence the effectiveness of your presentation. Tailoring your message to your audience ensures it resonates and leaves a lasting impact. Start by researching your audience. Are they industry professionals, students, or a general crowd? This knowledge will guide the tone, complexity, and content of your speech. One strategy is to start with a common ground. Find a relatable point that connects everyone in the room, creating an instant rapport. It could be a shared challenge, goal, or interest. This approach not only captivates your audience but also builds trust. Here's something intriguing. Studies have shown that personalizing your speech can increase audience engagement by up to 40%. That's a significant boost, emphasizing the power of personal touch in public speaking. Engage your audience with questions or scenarios that encourage them to think. This method makes your presentation more interactive and keeps the audience invested in your speech. It transforms the experience from a monologue into a dialogue, making it more memorable. Lastly, be mindful of cultural and demographic differences. What works for one group might not work for another. Understanding these nuances can help you avoid misunderstandings and connect more effectively with your audience. By focusing on these aspects of preparation and audience understanding, you're setting the stage for a presentation that not only delivers information but also inspires and engages. Remember, the goal of public speaking is not just to talk but to communicate effectively and leave a lasting impression on your audience. Chapter 3: The Art of Storytelling. Incorporating storytelling into your speeches is a game changer. Stories are not just for entertainment. They are powerful tools for connecting with your audience on an emotional level. Think about it. When someone tells you a story, you're more likely to remember the details because it engages your imagination and emotions. Start by identifying stories that relate to your main message. These can be personal anecdotes, historical events, or hypothetical scenarios. The key is relevance. Your story should seamlessly tie back to your broader point, providing a vivid illustration that anchors your message in the audience's mind. But how do you make a story captivating? It's all about building a connection. Introduce relatable characters, set the scene with descriptive language, and build up to a meaningful conclusion. This structure keeps your audience hooked and makes your message memorable. Here's an interesting fact: our brains are wired to respond to stories. Neurologically, storytelling can stimulate and engage the human brain, helping the speaker connect with the audience more effectively. When we hear a story, our brain lights up in ways that facts and figures alone cannot achieve. Remember to use your storytelling to evoke emotions. Whether it's joy, surprise, or empathy, tapping into emotions makes your speech more impactful. It's the difference between a listener passively absorbing information and feeling personally connected to your message. Chapter 4: Body Language Mastery. Your body speaks volumes, often louder than your words. Mastering body language can significantly enhance your public speaking, making your message more persuasive and authentic. Start with your posture. Standing tall with your shoulders back projects confidence and makes you appear more authoritative to your audience. Eye contact is another critical aspect. It establishes a personal connection with your audience, making them feel acknowledged and involved. But balance is key. Shift your gaze among different sections of the audience so everyone feels included. Gestures can also add emphasis to your words, helping to highlight key points. But beware of overdoing it. Your movements should feel natural and purposeful, not distracting. Facial expressions are the cherry on top. They convey your enthusiasm and sincerity. A genuine smile, for example, can make you more likable and approachable, encouraging the audience to warm up to you. Did you know that TED Talk speakers are often coached on body language? This training underscores the importance of non-verbal cues in effective communication. It's not just about what you say, but how you say it. Chapter 5: Vocal Variety and Pauses. One of the secrets to captivating an audience is mastering the use of your voice. Vocal variety involves changing your pitch, tone, volume, and rate of speech to add emphasis and interest to your presentation. Imagine listening to a monotone voice for more than a few minutes. It's not just boring, it's sleep-inducing. To add vocal variety, start by identifying the key points in your speech where you want to grab attention. You might increase your volume to highlight a significant fact or slow down your pace to emphasize a crucial point. These changes can help keep your audience engaged and make your message more memorable. Pauses are equally powerful. They give your audience time to absorb what you've just said, creating a rhythm to your speech that enhances understanding. Strategic pauses can also build anticipation for what's coming next, keeping your audience on the edge of their seats. Here's an interesting piece of advice. Practice your speech with different vocal variations and pauses. Record yourself and listen back. You'll quickly notice how these elements can transform a flat speech into a dynamic and engaging presentation. Interestingly, renowned speakers like Martin Luther King Jr. and Steve Jobs effectively used vocal variety and pauses to captivate their audiences. Their speeches are studied not just for the content but for how they delivered their messages. Chapter 6: Confidence and Authenticity. The impact of your speech is not just about what you say. It's also about how confidently and authentically you say it. Confidence reassures your audience that you're knowledgeable and credible, while authenticity helps to establish a genuine connection with them. Building confidence comes from thorough preparation, but it also involves mindset. Believe in your message and your right to share it. This belief will naturally enhance your presence and authority as a speaker. To convey authenticity, be yourself. Don't try to imitate someone else's style. Share personal stories and experiences that relate to your message. This not only makes your speech more relatable but also demonstrates your genuine investment in the topic. A tip for boosting confidence is to focus on the value you're providing to your audience, rather than on yourself. This shift in focus reduces anxiety and increases your motivation to deliver a great speech. Did you know that even the most experienced speakers feel nervous? They do, but they've learned to channel this nervous energy into enthusiasm for their topic, which can be incredibly engaging for the audience. Chapter 7: Effective use of visual aids. Visual aids can significantly enhance your presentation, making complex information easier to understand and remember. However, the key to their effectiveness lies in their proper use. Start by selecting visuals that directly support your message. Whether it's a slide deck, a video clip, or a simple graph, each visual should have a clear purpose and add value to your speech. One common mistake is overloading slides with text. The best visual aids are simple and clear, with minimal text and compelling images that grab attention. Remember, your visuals are there to complement your speech, not replace it. Use them to reinforce your points or illustrate a story, making your message more engaging. Here's a practical tip. Practice with your visual aids until you can refer to them seamlessly during your speech. This practice ensures that they integrate smoothly into your presentation, rather than disrupt the flow. Interestingly, research has shown that people are likely to remember 65% of information 3 days after a presentation if it is accompanied by relevant images, compared to just 10% for information delivered orally. This statistic underscores the power of visual aids in enhancing message retention. Chapter 8: Dealing with nerves. Feeling nervous before a public speaking engagement is natural, even for seasoned speakers. The key is not to eliminate your nerves but to manage and use them to your advantage. Start by acknowledging your nervousness as a normal response to a performance situation. This acknowledgement can reduce its power over you. Preparation is your first line of defense against nerves. Knowing your material well gives you a solid foundation of confidence. Additionally, familiarize yourself with the venue and your audio-visual equipment in advance. This familiarity can help reduce anxiety about unexpected issues. Breathing exercises and visualization techniques can also be incredibly effective in calming nerves. Take deep breaths before you begin, and visualize yourself delivering a successful speech. This mental rehearsal can boost your confidence and reduce anxiety. A helpful piece of advice is to focus on your message and the benefit it offers to your audience, rather than on yourself. This shift in focus moves your attention away from your nerves and towards the value you're providing. Remember, a certain level of nervousness can actually be beneficial. It can sharpen your focus and energize your delivery, making your speech more dynamic. Famous speakers often report using their nervous energy to enhance their presentations, proving that nerves can be a positive force when managed correctly. Chapter 9: Engaging your audience. Engagement is the key to a successful speech. When your audience is involved, they're not just passive listeners, they're active participants in your narrative. Here's how you can turn your next speech into an engaging dialogue. Start by asking questions. This isn't just about rhetorical questions. Encourage your audience to think and, if your format allows, to respond. This interaction fosters a two-way communication that keeps listeners invested. Incorporating audience participation techniques, such as quick polls or interactive activities, can also boost engagement. These methods make your presentation more dynamic and can provide valuable feedback in real time. Here's a tip that might surprise you. Changing your location, even slightly, by moving across the stage or stepping closer to the audience can recapture wandering attention and add a physical element to your engagement strategies. Did you know that incorporating humor, when appropriate, can make your message more relatable and memorable? Laughter not only breaks the ice but also makes your audience more receptive to your message. Chapter 10: Constructive Feedback and Practice. The journey to becoming an exceptional public speaker is continuous, with feedback and practice being your compass and vehicle. After each presentation, seek feedback from various sources, peers, mentors, or even anonymous surveys from the audience. Constructive criticism is invaluable for pinpointing areas for improvement. But feedback is only as useful as your willingness to act on it. Identify common themes in the feedback you receive and set specific, achievable goals for addressing them in your next speech. Practicing your speech is non-negotiable, but how you practice matters just as much. Simulate the conditions of your actual presentation as closely as possible. This means practicing in similar attire, using your visual aids, and even rehearsing in the venue if you can. Here's a practice tip that's often overlooked. Video record your rehearsals. Watching yourself can reveal habits or quirks you're not aware of, such as filler words or distracting gestures, and help you improve your delivery and stage presence. Interestingly, some of the world's most admired speakers, like Oprah Winfrey and Tony Robbins, emphasize the role of relentless practice and constructive feedback in honing their public speaking skills. They remind us that excellence in public speaking is not an innate gift but a skill sharpened by dedication and hard work.